Hi everyone, you're welcome to another fantastic episode of TAC Republic. My name is Titi Lola Aboyade-Cole. I'll be your host today. Last week we talked about gratitude. Today we have something else to discuss. But in life, to have a balanced life, everything has to be interwoven. At TSC Republic, what we do is to make sure that we look at everything holistically to make you a better person. However, before we go into today's topic, let's quickly visit our sponsors. We'll be right back.
Picture, they say, keeps memories forever. Is it your birthday and you need a picture to remember that day? Or those lovely family faces you will want to see forever? Are you a chef and you need a picture for your online posting? Podium Photography Studio is the perfect place for you. We have the perfect tools and photographer to capture that moment for you. Also available is our editing room for that perfect montage and video editing. Contact us Ikota Villa Mega Chicken Bus Stop or call on 0701 844 8188 or +44 7442 177 677. Podium Photography. Capture that moment.
Welcome back to TSC Republic. My name is still Titi Lola Aboyade-Cole. Today we will be talking about attitude. It's not a topic that's new to anyone. Even a 5-year-old can tell you that with the right attitude, you will scale through life easily. And with the wrong attitude, everything will seem like an uphill task. Everything. If you have a stinking attitude, even the gate man will block you out. So let's start. How do you imbibe great attitude? How do you incorporate a good attitude into your life? I think it starts from the parents. It depends on the kind of family you're from, their values, their culture, what they believe in. Like what you will count as bad attitude might be acceptable in another community or another tribe, another culture. Like the Yorubas, they believe in kneeling down to greet your parents. That's to us, oh, that's a respectful child. And the eastern part of Nigeria, the Igbos, they don't believe in kneeling down. They can't even call their parents by their first names. So we're not talking about cultural differences, because when we talk about attitude, some people say, oh, look at the way he greeted me, look at the way she greeted me. That's probably how they greet in their own culture. And the fact that I'm kneeling down to greet you doesn't mean I respect you more than the person who's giving you a handshake. As a matter of fact, I can kneel down and say, are you even serious? Don't be silly, in a way. And somebody who's giving you a handshake might be full of 100% respect for you. So we don't want to look at attitude with those lenses. When we talk about attitude, we talk about gratitude last week. So it's part of your attitude. I always say something. I'll say gratitude is my attitude. Respect is my attitude. If you're expecting me to give you, some people come at you and they will kind of attack your person and they will expect you to give them a nasty attitude in return. But guess what? If you treat them with respect, you have disarmed them. They won't even know what to do. But if you get to somewhere and you undermine people's authority and you don't show respect, you don't observe protocols, that's someone with a bad attitude. And guess what? A lot of gatekeepers can make life difficult for you. Let's say you even have an appointment for 10 a.m. You get there at 9:45 and you say, I want to see your boss. The guy can be like, who's the boss? You can't even mention the person you're seeing by name. The gatekeeper can keep you there. It's not because you don't know the name of the boss. It's the attitude that you projected. And the gatekeeper will say, sit down, let me go and check for you. Meanwhile, your appointment is 10 a.m. It's already 9:45. The gatekeeper might even be aware of your appointment and he will keep you there till 10:30. No matter what you say, he's going to say, Oga no dey. But he can come back to you and say, they are busy. And he might not even tell them that you are outside. That could have been a good job, well-paid job. And the person who came after you will be on time. Another scenario. You get to the reception, and just because you know the boss, you'll be like, hi, I'm here to see your boss, with a nasty body language. Because you don't have to be rude verbally all the time. Your body language can say a lot about you as well. So imagine you're talking to someone with a bad body language. Is your boss around? You don't even say hello. The person will say, the boss is busy, and keep you there. Fela sang a song and he say, power show. Everybody can show power in their own domain. People do something very often. You order a Uber and you're trying to find out where the driver is. You will call the driver and say, where are you? Without even saying, good afternoon. If you're speaking to a good person who's not as nasty as you are, the person will say, good afternoon, will reply you by saying, good afternoon. He's telling you to learn manners. Then you now say, oh, sorry, good afternoon, where are you? It's actually a bad attitude. No matter what the situation is, whether you are typing or chatting, if you have not said something to that person that day, the first thing to do is to greet the person. Hello. Hello is a greeting. Hi, you are greeting them. You don't necessarily have to say good afternoon, but don't just say, where are you? What are you doing? How come you did not drop that thing for me? You have to say, good afternoon. If you ever see me chat with you without greeting or something, I'm actually giving you an attitude. I'm actually saying to you, I'm not happy with you. If I say, how come, I'm doing it on purpose. It's not me to be rude or to be like that. You need to have an attitude that people will be able to stick up for you. Let's just say there's an hormonal imbalance. We women, we have our time of the month and our hormones run up and down around those times. But if you had a good attitude prior to your hormonal imbalance, and someone says, oh, why is Titi being cranky? So another person might be able to say, oh, it's probably her time of the month. She's not normally like that. That's a good attitude that people might not understand, that it might be misconstrued for a bad one, but you're just being cranky because a lot is happening in your body that day. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about cultivating good habits, helping people. It costs nothing. A candle doesn't lose anything by lighting another candle. Support people. Be nice to people. Use kind words. When you see someone who lacks confidence, boost their confidence. It doesn't take anything away from you. When you see someone who is struggling with something that you know how to do, teach them. Don't be afraid that, oh, they will go past me. Oh, they will compete with me. Let them compete. People you don't know that you didn't help are competing with you anyway. People you don't know and you didn't help are going past you anyway. No matter how high you get to, whatever the height you attain, someone's going to be higher than you. Someone's always going to be richer. Someone's always going to be smarter. Someone's always going to be prettier. Someone's always going to be younger. So cultivate the habit of being a blessing to other people's life. Your attitude would determine your altitude. How high you go in life will be determined by your attitude. I can cite enough examples where nothing, I can mention names. I was shooting a movie and the coordinator did not tell people that that movie was an English one. So in Nollywood, there's a different rate card for Yoruba movies. There's a different rate card for English movies. The same actor will charge differently on each set. So on this particular set of mine, the coordinator did not tell the actors that some of the actors that it was an English movie. And this is because some of the Yoruba movies are even written in English, the scripts, just for understanding, for people who don't understand how to read Yoruba very well. So when this gentleman got to my set, he was upset with the coordinator. And he was like, you didn't tell me, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't know. I didn't know he was already upset before. So I walked into the place. It's an elderly man. So I walked into the place and I knelt down. Oh, you're welcome, sir. That was my first time of meeting that actor face to face. So I got in there and I knelt down and I said, good afternoon, sir. How are you? Hope you're good. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't know there was an argument before I came. So I got into my car, brought out lunch for him, drink. I knew he was coming. He's my actor. So, but I just didn't know that there was going to be any disagreement. So I gave him the drink, I gave him the water, I gave him painkillers because they said he's always complaining about headaches and, he has issues. I'm sure he'll be watching this show now. He knows we are talking about. And then after I did all that, we became acquainted. I went back outside. And he was already renegotiating and everything. And when I went outside, went back into my car to look after other people, he just asked, and they said, that's the producer. And he said, don't worry about what I said earlier. What currency do you think I spent there? My attitude saved me some good money on that set. Do you know why? If he changed his mind, if he had collected that extra, everyone else on that set would have done the same. Well, I didn't even know. Nobody even told me. I just came with packed lunch for everyone. And I just showed some respect. How you're going to go in life if you get married into a family. Now I'm talking to the women. You get married into a family and they started giving you funny attitude naturally. You're coming to marry my brother. I'm going to size you. I'm going to want to be sure that my brother is safe with you. I'm a typical sister-in-law. I'm not going to make your life difficult, but I'll give you a funny attitude initially. And then you are coming with the attitude of, I know send. Let me tell you, you are laying a bed of trouble for yourself. Because naturally everybody will lock up and be ready for you. Because we're not just going to take it lying down. For you to just take our brother and just take off and disrespect him and do everything and tell us you know send, which we will explain to you that we don't send. So the attitude of the bride coming into that family would determine the reception she would get from the in-laws. And then they will turn around and say the normal cliche, oh, mother-in-laws are wicked, sister-in-laws are this. Why don't you change the narrative? Why don't you love those wicked people? Why don't you come without the mindset of, I'm going to deal with them? If you come into that family with the mindset of, I am going to become one of them, whatever it takes, this is going to be my new family, and I need to show love, and I hope they love me back. By even behaving like that, you don't even have to say it. By exhibiting those values and good attitude and vibes, naturally you will disarm them. And all they will do is embrace you. It's your attitude that's determining what will happen to you in your new family. So it's not just about altitude, height. It's not just about money, career, everything. Mm-mm. It's I'm talking about your attitude in all areas of life. Your attitude in the way you relate with your children will determine the quality of the children you're going to raise. Because whether you want them to have resistance to whatever you're saying or you want them to cooperate with you would depend on your attitude. Anyway, I will be back. Don't touch the dial. Let's visit our sponsors. I'll see you around.
Come one, come all to Podium Function Hall, a place for your network sessions, birthday parties, private parties, expos, conferences, seminars, and master classes. Podium Function Hall is the place to be. With a hall capacity of 50 plus, full air condition, starboard, and standby generator, with location in Ikota Villa, Mega Chicken Bus Stop. Contact us on 0701 844 8188 or +44 7442 177 677. Podium Function Hall. Events made alive.
You're welcome back. We're still watching TAC Republic, where we discuss how to make our lives better all round. Today's topic is still attitude, and we've been talking about different scenarios where we can make our attitudes better. But before I leave you today, let's talk about students. Students in universities. Let's not even talk about Africa. Let's talk about diaspora. Because Africa will say, oh, that's because the lecturer is corrupt. That's because this, that's because that. No. I attended University of Law in the UK. And in my uni, they want you to pass by all means. Unlike what people say about Africa, that, oh, the lecturers victimize you and they do this and they do that. However, as much as they want you to pass, if you have a stinking attitude, they're not going to support your learning like that. They are going to leave you to your own. And what do I mean by that? If you submit an assignment and maybe you have an idea of what you're talking about, but you're not structuring it well, or you're not, you are not quite there, your lecturer will call you and say, why don't you look at it like this? Why don't you do it like this? They're not going to tell you the answer, but they're going to guide you. But if you are this destructive student that's always having a go at the lecturer, even in the UK, he's not going to force you to succeed. No. Especially when you have a bad attitude. So as students, no matter how brilliant you are, you still need a good attitude to get the best grades, to get the best out of your university, to get the best out of your lecturers. Even at the cafeteria, if you have a stinking attitude, the dinner lady is not even going to serve you the best meals. They have a right to choose the size of meat they pick for you. You paid for one piece of meat. You will get one piece of meat, but you don't have to get the best one. But what will get you through life on an easy street is your attitude. People will bend over backwards for your sake just because you're a good person. And at the end of the day, it makes you feel good and sleep well at night, knowing that your attitude does not suck. So, that'll be it from me today. Till I come back your way next week. My name is still Titi Lola Aboyade-Cole. If you have not subscribed to our channel, kindly do so and join us every week. Together, we will become better people. See you around.